Hey everybody, Brian Von Vier here, back at it again with, what is your favorite way to use the True Polymorph spell? I had True Polymorph once, when I played my Drow Undying Warlock. We got to level 18 before the campaign ended, and we got to decide what happened to our characters. Over about 7 millennia, my Drow used True Polymorph to turn into a different person once in a while, staying in one place for about half a century, while telling tales of the adventures of her dumbass party. Why did she do this for the rest of her life? Well, our very unsuccessful Aarakocra Necromancer had a dream, and that dream was to become a lich or find some other way to live forever. The Necromancer did not survive beyond the standard 30 years, and their remains are now a fine powder scattered across 12 different libraries. The Drow felt that 20 years of putting up with the party deserved a reward of some kind, and that reward turned out to be a different kind of immortality. There was also that one time we turned a purple worm into a necklace and gave the necklace to our target the next day, and watched from very far away as the target's anti-magic barrier led to his death by worm. Fun things happen when you're hired to protect nobility. I have trouble with people willingly using True Polymorph on themselves or their allies. While they retain their personality and alignment, they become a different person, at least as far as your mind goes. If you become as stupid or as smart as the new form is, there is no other explanation. So, unless somebody is desperate, who would willingly become a random person in the thought process aspect, even if you are a monstrous form, even if they would have your personality in alignment? Using this to change yourself or an ally is metagaming at its finest. You are planning well outside what almost any characters would do. That's what shape change is for. So if we do that, you have the other aspect, used against an enemy. And this is the epitome of save or suck. You use a 9th level slot, and against an enemy of sufficient power, it has a good chance of saving, meaning you just blew your turn and your highest level spell for nothing. Use it against a creature with legendary resistance, and you guarantee it sucked. That leaves it to be a pretty powerful conjuration spell, turning an object like a big rock or tree into any creature you know about of CR 9 or lower, under your complete control. Need another fighter? How about a Glazborough demon, never heard of that, with 4 attacks per turn and 157 hit points plus some spells? Or how about a T-Rex? Or one of a several young dragon types? Or, if treasure hunting, conjure up a Xorn and just go burrowing until you find some. 1 hour with no range limit on control, so that basically is a very low risk bonus for your combat ability. Or, because you can do this during downtimes, pick things that match your alignment and treat them well. This is the best way to get allies there is. Pick the creature you want, treat it well, and you effectively pre-bias it toward you. With a good power differential between it and you, and with no background to draw on, because it was an object and to object it will return if it's not good, you have the absolute best way to gather minions. Want a flying mount? Why, that Pegasus the high-level paladin has is a bit overshadowed by your unicorn, or young silver dragon. Or go really nuts, riding around on your very own Hydra. How about a few clay golems? Want a special familiar? That's how you get the variant familiars in the monster manual. And if you are evil with a good intimidation ability, guess where those minions come from? Your necromancy skills got you limited, not with a few young Dracoliches you've created, banshees and specters you've created, as well as high-level special skeletons and zombies. Now, if I may interject, I think the metagaming aspect of turning your partners in crime or in fun into something else, that's not metagaming if you're able to play it right. Imagine this, if you will. You have the ability True Polymorph, but you don't tell anybody this. It's your ace in the hole. It's your trump card. And then suddenly, in the big bad evil guy fight, you're losing. Your whole entire party is dying, and you have the ability to transform one person out of your whole party into a brand new being. Something strong enough to absolutely ream the big bad evil guy and save the day. Well, you know what? Screw it. Have the entire consequence be that the person that you transformed no longer trusts you because you breached their boundaries. You literally turned them from point A to point B, from happy-go-lucky little paladin to I'm going to rip your face off monstrosity. That would be a great way to do it, no metagaming, and, well, honestly, let him and the BBEG sort it out. Well, I had this goblin wizard, Garlex the Relentless, who made it to 18th level wizard with a single level of cleric. He had met the Archangel Zephon, or as the DM put it, a greater solar. Garlex had a brilliant idea. After suffering much racial abuse as a goblin, he would permanently become a solar. He had the DM figure out this PCCR as he was looking to possibly make duplicates and/or a homunculus. The DM used the DMG and the rules of 5th edition to calculate Garlex's actual CR, and the DM found that his CR was well into the 20s. So he cast True Polymorph to become a solar of near perfect hardiness, like the Archangel. Garlex became a solar with 8s for each die of HP, according to my DM. He kept up the concentration for the duration to make it permanent. It was pointed out that the transformation could be dispelled. So he then took flesh from his new form and cloned himself in this new permanent form. Commissioned a large-sized adamantine greatsword and an ironwood longbow that would be made. He used the materials from his own vault of adventuring goodies. Took all of his magic items off and then left them in the clone's room. He uses the harm spell to get his HP low enough, then he paid his friend to kill him and cast Disintegrate on his lifeless body. His soul transferred to his hardy solar clone body. He was now an 18th level wizard, 1st level cleric solar, with all the mage's gear plus his new large greatsword and large longbow, and all the stats and all the special abilities of a solar. Since he is now in his cloned body, the Dispel magic will no longer change his shape back to a goblin. He was now this hardy solar permanently. Garlex later became the head of the Mage Guild and Duke of the largest realm within the Empire, became a living saint. After ruling for generations and leading his forces into many successful campaigns, his god called him to stand beside Zephon at the head of his holy host, and he complied. All hail Archangel Garlex the Relentless. Note, for all the new and ignorant and hard-of-thinking DMs, using the DMG page 274, Garlex had 3 of 6 stats well above CR 30. His spell save DC at CR 24 to 26, his damage per round was CR 22, and his HP was CR 11. Overall, as an average obviously, well above CR 21. Please read the spell and look up the definition of the word permanent before making yourself sound a little bit dumb. Anti-magic will not dispel it. Removing flesh is still permanently of that permanent form, and clone spell only clones the living body of the form of the flesh provided. Please stop leaving dumbass comments and erroneous comments as well. Thank you. Also, yeah, that sounds like a very, very long, convoluted way to say, well, the goblin wanted to be a little bit taller. True Polymorph? I have a story for you. True Polymorph is not a bad spell to choose. I like Time Stop better, but let me tell you what our player character wizard has been doing with the True Polymorph spell. Madoc the Unkind, 18th level Orcish wizard. You don't see many orc wizards these days with 5th edition. We do have a great DM. He does favor orcs and just about any other race you can come up with. Zombie characters, 1/2 angels with wings, plushkin dolls. We even have a robot player character. When Madoc accomplished access to 9th level spells, he started with shape change. He would shape change into a white dragon and bathe the enemy with a fat cone of cold dragon breath. And he dealt good melee damage, but not as much as our fighter. We went searching for the fabled silver dragon so he could change into that, because silver is even stronger than the white, but no luck. Even with proficiency on Constitution saving throws Transmuter, the DM could still knock him out of the form when he wanted. 36 damage per blow leaves Madoc with a DC save around 10, but if you were lucky, you only took 36 damage. Our DM deals brutal combat tactics. Next, Madoc went to True Polymorph. Bolus Ras, Orcish Gem Cutter. Here is where it gets interesting, and a little backstory is in order. Our DM installed an Orcish Gem Cutter early on in the campaign, Bolus Ras, NPC. He would cut our gems and jewels in an attempt to increase their value. There is a basic 20% chance that they would bust or break, which means they're ruined. There is a 30% chance that nothing happens. But there is about a 50% chance that the gem or jewel is increased 2 to 3-fold. Oh, that's right. When we collected gems and fine jewels from chests, treasures, and hoards, we gave them the bolus. It was basically gambling, but fun. Maddock took appraisal skill, grandfathered over from earlier editions. Not only did he become good friends with Bolus, he became a collector, a curator, and expert in fine gems and jewelry. In between adventures, he would produce Ioun stones and sell them. Demonic cesspools and catacombs. We have the creative DM. Demonic cesspools exist on the prime material plane. They are a hive for demons and like ilk. If they get a chance to grow, championed by a greater demon or demonic NPC, cleric, or wizard, they can eventually usher up Lord Fraz Herblu into the world. I know, right? So, we are deep in the demonic catacombs now. It was disgusting. Heaps of rotting flesh and pools of smoking miasma. Ugh. Make a con save or vomit. Cool, right? Twin Nalfishne demons, greater demons mind you, have been molesting us from several levels prior, stealing our magic items and killing our pets. They kidnapped our town leader, who was also our beloved NPC, Lady Bard. We could do nothing. We were basically bully bait for greater demons. But now, we have reached 14th level to 18th level. We have set out to track down the bullies. Karma is a thing, and payback, oh, it's a bitch. When we made it into the final chamber, our fighter heads in first, wounded. I knew that was a mistake, but no one listens to me. But he did have a henchman. Now, when combat will be heavy, our beloved DM allows us each a pet. I was playing my cleric. It was determined that I would stay behind in case something terrible happened, and it, well, usually does. So I had my clay golem. Yay! I was carefully hiding behind him and started casting Forbiddance. The entire structure lit up with radiant damage, 5 to 50 per round. Oh, some demons found me, and I'm there in a shallow crevice casting, trying to keep my concentration, hiding behind my golem, and dodging while being attacked. Back to the final chamber, one of the boss Nalfashni demons is hopped up on a haste potion and literally eviscerates our fighter on round 1. The DM rolls at least 1 critical, 130 damage, and the proud tank goes down. Oh, could it get any worse? Our DM is not fond of death saving throws, so the lesser demons start eating the fighter's body at this point. Our rogue missed her save versus Demon Fear and is hiding behind rocks, so she can't attack. Now we have Maddock, who is standing there center stage with his Simulacrum. I'm laughing when I write this because that's so OP, but nothing is really OP for our DM. Maddock was up and he cast the True Polymorph. I will change the boss demon to a very fine, intricate diamond, the size of a plum. Would that work? Our player wizard argued. I have extensive knowledge with gemstones and fine jewels. He actually knew the hardness of diamonds. He knew the composition, so the DM ruled yes. Fine. Maddock rolls a D100 to determine diamond value, that and an appraisal check. 95/17, I think. The two agreed on a gold piece value. I don't know, it was high. Now we all know from Polymorph spell, you just have to prey on prey that has low wisdom saves. So here's the thing. The Nalfashni has Wiz save, +6. Not bad, that's not bad at all. Add on magic resistance, advantage on saves. But Maddock wasn't phased. He politely reminds our DM that his spell DC save is 21. That's right. The DM gave out a robe of the Archmage, the black one. Personally, I think this may have been a mistake. With all his stuff and the Ioun stone, Maddock was at spell DC 21. That still leaves the demon needing a 15. The DM rolls 2 d20s, both of which fails. One of the demon bosses turns into a glittering diamond right in the midst of an arsenal of other lesser demons. The catacomb walls are breathing, pulsating. The demons all lose their morale. The other boss teleports out. Maddock grabs the diamond that went sliding into a miasma pool. Dex check, he gets it, and teleports all of us out. Back home, we reappear at Stonekeep, our home. Safe. Matic continues with the concentration for 1 hour and the diamond becomes permanent. Thank you, True Polymorph. It's our first demon diamond. Aww. Well, this wasn't the first time our wizard did this. Last adventure, he turned a fire giant into a ruby. High-profile gambling. Can it get better? Over the last few adventures, Bolus, Ras, NPC, advanced to an orcish arcane gem cutter. Now he could cut a gem and increase it 2-fold, 3-fold, or even 4-fold. But his fee also went up. Ha, lol to that. We took a vote to risk losing the diamond in the cutting process. All in favor? Bolus was up to bat. He tripled the value of the diamond. And here is where we get a bonus from our loving DM. He enjoyed our spirit and efforts and delivers a game changer. He rules because the diamond held a greater demon. It shone with an eerie, glittering light. Value doubles again. Long story short, we came out with a diamond worth 900,000 gold. We discreetly sold it to a wealthy baron landowner 1 city over. Wizard for the win! Turn your phone into a jewel and sell it. Win-win. True Polymorph is not a bad spell to choose. Also, you just broke the economy of whatever game you were running. I hope you know that. I really hope that you know that. And now you can own your own kingdom with little to nothing denting that 900,000 gold. Hey everybody, Brian Von VA here, back at it, checking again after the vid. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, ring that bell, and of course, tell us down below what your favorite way to use the True Polymorph spell is. All the love, we'll see you next time, bye for now.